Recording in progress.
Yes.
You got to carry on the tradition. We're still getting the hang of this. I know that we've had some glitches with filming today, but it'll be fine. No one will die from it.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Cleaning Business Life podcast. I'm your co host, Jamie Runco. We're here with the host, Shannon Miller.
Woohoo! I get a big old fat title.
Today, we're talking about February reset and why your business already feels so heavy.
It's true. Like, how many of us like do goals for January, and then when February rolls around, like the gym, right? I know not to go to the gym at all in the month of January because everybody's in there like, I'm going to work out. I'm going to work out. And I know that by February, most of the people have weeded themselves out.
Already. And it's not, let's dive in on this conversation. And it's true. So January, you're all optimistic. So it's selling you. You got your goals going. But February, come February time, like Shannon was saying, you're not seeing the results of that gym because you're not. February hands you a mirror. It makes you look at yourself. So it's the same work, same business, less excitement, and more weight. Nothing dramatic has happened. And that's the part that bothers people. You're not behind because you're lazy. You're tired because the business stopped running on adrenaline. And that is very true right now. I've mentioned it many times before as you guys listen because we do 2 episodes a week now. So you're getting a really good live snapshot now, a really good snapshot of what's going on in my business in real time.
I think too, when you're building, you do run on adrenaline. Like I, for a long time, was an adrenaline junkie. Like I still, if I'm
That's
not
so good.
super duper busy, I can tend to scale off, and then I'm like, you gotta check me for a pulse.
Yeah. Uh, um, I found myself, like, well, there's nothing much more for me to do, or totally so exhausted where I have to lay down and I have to lay down now. Those types of power naps. Yeah, I've been there. So don't think that if you're doing that, don't think that you're alone. I have, like I said in previous podcasts, I've gotten to a place where I need some more eyes inside of my business other than just me because we're dealing with a lot of money and it's the most money I've ever had to deal with ever. And it can be a little intimidating and scary.
It can be,
But we
yes.
have, yeah, and that's just being real with you guys. Like I'm being super, you guys know that I'm super transparent whenever it comes to my business and what I'm going through right now. I always will be because how else are and that's my whole goal. How else are you guys going to learn, you know? And that's my whole goal is let's grow this together. That is why I jumped at the opportunity to collaborate with Shannon to just I can be the guinea pig and let's see where we can take this, you know? And I'm still learning. So February, yeah, you're falling off, your adrenaline, you feel like the adrenaline has died down, you feel behind. I'm going to tell you, you're not lazy. It's not because you're lazy. It's because literally you have been building something. You're all gung ho. February is such a, ugh, it's a tough one, isn't it? You're
It,
tired because the business stopped running on adrenaline. February is where the business shows you what's actually holding it up. Um, all your attention. Been very transparent with that. That has slowly crept into my home life. This business demands all of my attention. A lot. However, there's things that I'm still able to do, like the kid drop off, kid pickup, all the sporting events, and helping with the homework and stuff. I'm probably talking more about my own relationship wise, and That's something that I can work on. But d it can happen to anybody, and it slowly creeps up on you. Your decision making and your tolerance.
I'm laughing about the tolerance because your tolerance becomes shorter and shorter and shorter
It it
as you start to move through things.
it most certainly does. It most certainly does, and most owners are already thinking it, even if they won't say it.
True.
If this already feels heavy, something's off. How many times have we said that? It's not panic, that's awareness, you guys. I have come to learn, and I've only been open, you guys, for 4 years, and I know I get a lot of people coming into my inbox, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. How did you get there so fast? I was aware that I knew where I wanted to go. And I seen companies that I wanted to strive like that have been there and done it. And I forked over the money to have them help me get there at a much faster rate. I didn't want to sit there and try and figure it all out on my own. I wanted to get there quick. Um, and now I'm totally this 4th year in, I'm totally aware whenever I start panicking. It's not it's a different feel, it's a different type of panic, it's not a panic like, "Oh my gosh, everything" mind you, I might feel like that for a split second, but I do know that there's a growth going on, and I've caught it, and now I have know that, okay, it's time to take it to the next level, and that's what I'm doing, and I'm hiring somebody to help look inside of my business and help me and make sure that I am doing everything just so that I don't topple over whenever I get to $1,000,000, that it's not too soon, too fast. Because believe it or not, you can grow too fast because you didn't have the right systems in place. You
Right.
didn't have the right you can just topple over. Yeah, great. You got to $1,000,000 really quick, but your company can't withstand that at that time. So and it can cause a lot of burnout doing this.
So there's a lot of baby steps that, I know Jamie's mentioning key points, but to get where she's at, there were a lot of baby steps that she took. And I'm a firm believer that if, as long as you take at least a small step every single day, you'll eventually get where you need to go. It's when you start to take really big steps without taking any small steps, then you end up toppling over and then having to autocorrect and then starting the process over again. But, and you hear this from everybody. If you take the time to try to map out where you want to go or where you want to be, and you can't write the novel backwards, even though that's what they recommend. You have the end and then you write the whole story. I've seen a lot of really cool stories come out that way, but it's a conceptual thing. So pick something and start small baby steps along the way to get you going where you need to go. That's why Jamie is now having someone coach her in the next steps to make sure all her systems are in place for her business so that she can expand to the second location and do all of these other things that she has talked about. So this isn't burnout, it's carrying too much. Sometimes we can carry too much. February doesn't burn owners out, it wears them down. So you're starting to get back into the grind of things. The holidays were really chaotic. A lot of you guys worked 31 days in a row. Some of you were totally slow. It just depended on where you were in the country. Um, but it can wear you down, and it's usually not with big problems, it's just with constant ones. So if you have a constant issue, you need to figure out how to get rid of that issue so it runs smoothly. And you're deciding all day what to accept, what to ignore, what to fix later, what to absorb so things don't fall apart. But again, this goes back to systems. And once you start to implement systems and having them in place and delegating to the right people, all that stuff becomes easy. I'm not kidding when I say it. I know it seems like it's impossible based on whatever's going on in your life or your personal life or whatever you've got going on. It does eventually come full circle, and you can get there. When everything requires you, nothing ever feels finished. And this is very true. If you are the major decision maker on every little thing, everyone's going to say, "Hey, Jamie, 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 Jamie. It's like going to
Right.
your mom, 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 mom.
And
Delegate and let them make decisions, right? You're helping them grow too as human beings. And that's why February feels mentally loud. Your brain never shuts off because you're still making all the decisions. And this isn't a motivation problem, it's a structure problem, as we've stated over and over and over again. I hope you guys are seeing the theme of these podcasts so that you go, oh my gosh, this is what needs to be done.
right. So, and why does everything start feeling personal? By February, small things hit harder.
Hmm.
You are a lot shorter than usual, more irritated than you want to be, less patient with things you should be able to handle. I can tell you that Shannon and I are close enough now, and that comes with a coach too. So be prepared, prepare yourself to have some criticism. Um, and that I knew that that's what I need. I needed somebody to but her telling me sometime, "You sound really tired. You sound like you need to take a nap," or something. It's like, "You need to walk away. Time to cut everything off." Um, I
Self
it's
care
like,
is
"Yeah,
important.
no, yeah, no kidding. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's a duh. That's exactly what's happening." And it's not because you change, it's because you've been buffering impacts for weeks. You guys,
Right.
how many times are we, like, putting out feels like we're putting out small fires constantly everywhere. And if you're doing that, then your structure, your process, your system, something is not working right. And you need to figure that out so that that's no longer a bottleneck in your company. When expectations aren't clear, the owner becomes the shock absorber. We take it all. We hear
I just
all of it.
be more.
And it does, it wears out. That shock absorber that we have, it wears out because you can easily snap. And it's hard to my husband, he don't wanna hear about the business anymore, you know? I get it. And so whenever you're at that stage of and I totally understand. When you're at that stage, there's only certain people that like I can really whenever it comes to talking about the business is people that are in this business. I talk to you guys a lot. I talk to Shannon more than my own sister. It really helps to have somebody to lean in on that's in this industry, that business owners that totally understand what you're going through right now. Like we've been there. I've been there. But February does expose where you're absorbing things the business should be handling for you. And really it comes down to a system thing. I know that I can turn my phone off and it does. It goes on silent at 6 p.m. Whatever phone calls that I get to schedule a walkthrough or a request or it can wait till tomorrow. And if not, I have a system to where Miriam is one of my team leads. She'll handle it and then let me know. The next day, my business isn't going to burn down. I will keep my peace, my sanity, if that makes sense. So, yeah.
And when you get to a certain point in your business, if you haven't already pre-planned for it, a lot of us have at least I've seen I because I watch for patterns, right? So a lot of us end up in the cleaning industry by default. We usually have a trauma and we're trying to either escape something or survive something is what I have seen. And it's not true for everyone. It's true for a lot of people. So when you get to the CEO stage and resetting in February and all that other stuff, you have to start to think of your business of what your business is going to do for you. And a lot of that business for initially your business is just going to be your job, right? Your business is just going to provide you the cleaning tech job that you are, and you're going to be all the hats. And then you're going to transition. You're like, well, what's my business going to do for me now? Oh my God, I grossed $750,000. That means I got close to a K, if you're lucky and nothing screws anything up, of potential income for myself. That was my job, right? And then you hit the seven-figure mark and you're like, yeah, this is good. If it runs right, I'm getting 200K or, whatever that is that you've decided what your margins are going to be. And maybe your business is for you to start to buy condos and you get into short-term rental or you get a real estate license or you get into property management. This is a stepping launching pad for multiple things should you choose to want to do it. And I'm just trying to make you aware that this isn't the end all be all. This is a great industry. We both love, love, love this industry. I feel very privileged to be here. But
Mhm.
start to think about what your business is going to do for you in 1 year, in 3 years, in 5 years. I
And
know I
put
talk a
it
lot about legacy,
right.
but it really it can provide you could sell the business. A
Yeah.
lot of people are doing that. So you're starting to see micro businesses being eaten up by larger businesses. You're starting to see larger businesses get even bigger without buying smaller businesses. We're seeing all kinds of things. You just have to kind of know where to look. So start to think about what your business is going to do for you. And February is the perfect month to start that off.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's why I think Shannon named this a February reset. I mean, and it's perfect. It's a fresh start. It's not a fresh start, it's a correction.
Right.
So that's we're auditing our own business. Right now, you guys, I am auditing my business. Like I know and I know there's so much more potential that I can be doing. Um, and I'm ready. I'm ready to take it on to that next level. I think, but I wanna make absolutely sure. So I'm having somebody come in and basically audit my and you know what that feels like? It feels like you're almost standing outside naked, like, "Hey, look at" because, I mean, they go through and they look re but I need that. I need that criticism. I need somebody to say, maybe I'm not ready for that second location." But
Well, I wouldn't
what
say
is the
criticism.
steps that I need to take in
Right.
order to get to that second location? What's that next step or hiring? Am I ready to hire? If I'm not, okay, can you help me tell me what I need to do in order to get there? It's kind of like a what I'm talking about is hiring a financial almost kinda like a financial advisor, but they tell you kinda where you to put your money, because that's where I'm at in my business, like, tell me where to put this money at so that I don't mess it up because I just wanna make sure I don't mess it up. So that's, that's where I'm at. You don't need motivation speech. I can't tell you how many times I listened to in the past, I would listen to like I would resonate with that podcast or that book so good. And then it's just sat there and I did nothing with it. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna do this. I got this. And it just sits there. It's like, what is it? Analysis paralysis. And trust me, maybe that's where I'm stuck at right now too, is I am at an analysis paralysis because I wanna make sure everything is structured just so, But at some point, you need to pull that trigger. Don't just take on listening to this podcast and then that's a great idea, and not just let it sit in that bank of your head of yours. Do something with it. Take a little baby step forward and implement something. You do need fewer things landing on you. This month is about asking, why does this still require my attention?
Mhm.
What should I already be decided? What should already be decided? And where am I the default solution? February isn't about growth, it's about load bearing issues. It's
Yeah.
an audit. It's an audit month. And you make sure that you have everything all those, February, all those goals that you set for yourself. February's an audit month where you need to look back and be like, "Okay, are we ready to do this? Are we ready to move forward?"
And you can also self audit. You don't have to have someone audit for
Right,
you to see where there might be a deficiency. Um, eh, and constructive criticism is good in any atmosphere. It just don't take it personal. Just how do I fix it, right? And here's the part that no one glamorizes. February is when owners realize that they've been over functioning. I am guilty of over functioning. I pumped out what was it, 6 books last month alone. We did 11 podcasts or something like that. 6 books on Amazon. I mean, it was just like talk about just it was just a constant like
it's like,
gotta get
I
to these.
can't
I gotta get to
stop.
these. So you don't and then now February, I'm kind of decompressing. I'm like, "Okay, what else do I need to get done out of my list?" And now I've started to decompress. I'm like, okay, well, this is no longer functional. This is no longer functional, and I'm not going to do that again. Who wants to? It. Let's be honest. The shower gods delivered great ideas, so I had to jump on it. So, and it went hand in hand with the 5 phases of you as an entrepreneur. So when you're over functioning, you're covering gaps. You're smoothing edges, like when you frost a cake, right? We know that the cake is never smooth, that the frosting covers all the flaws. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, look at that beautiful cake, but you don't know that there's a big pocket hole right, right in the
Yeah.
center till you
Yeah. Right.
slice it, and they're like, what's that thing, right? Just eat
Yeah.
it good anyway. And then taking responsibility for things that are technically aren't theirs. That's typical of another overachiever like myself. You go, oh, yeah, I'm really sorry about that, even though you had nothing to do with it. And leadership changes when you stop asking, can I handle this? And you start to delegate. You need to start asking, should I be carrying this at all? Again, delegation is key if you have the crew to do it. And you can take on any job, but not every client, because not every client is your friend. No BFFs. And not every urgency and not every emotional weight is yours either. You can kind of pass that on or don't accept it at all. It's like the gift that keeps on giving, right?
I
And then choosing not to carry something is still leadership. You can say no. If you are having a hard time with saying no, practice in front of the mirror. No. I do that with my almost 11-year-old. No. So, if February feels heavy, you need to name one decision you're tired of making and see how you can give it to someone else to make that decision for you, and identify one expectation that's unclear. So, if you constantly have a client who has 8 dogs, 4 kids, and a husband, and they want their house to be hair free, that's probably a really high expectation. That's probably not a clear expectation. Never happen. Even with the Roomba, you'll find the Roomba on the corner wheezing,
just yeah. They just sit there.
right? It's
They
full.
have
I am full.
$100 for this room. Oh, yeah, well, it's we're dusting it.
So you need to remove one thing from your plate that doesn't belong there, and that's actually enough, right? You don't
Yeah,
need momentum, you just need margin, something to think about.
I agree. Again, audit. You need to audit your business. Um, so February isn't here to discourage you guys at all. It's here to mature the business. You're starting to align things. This is whenever, we're using words like alignment and it is.
I'm
You
laughing because it's true.
It is. You 'cause you weren't using those words and I'm like, what the heck is alignment? What the frick is alignment?" Now I get it. So if things feel heavy now, it's because the business needs structure, not more effort. Quit spending
Amen to that.
so much effort in trying to make this work, and start structuring it. Start putting these thoughts somewhere, either in your CRM, let somebody know. Let somebody help you come up with some ideas.
Right.
Chat can only do so much too.
And really there's only 5, well, there's 5 major systems. There's smaller systems that go inside the major systems. They're client attraction, cleaning tech attraction, customer service, resolving payments, either payment out or payment in, and then SOPs, right? Your standards, those are the 5 big ones. So if
Right.
you're scrambling around going, "Oh my god, Jamie and Shannon said we need to do this audit and I have no idea what I need to audit." Those are the 5 biggies. There's like 100 other little teeny systems inside of those that you need or don't need depending on where you're at in your business.
Just take a
And
baby step. Baby step towards it. Don't get overwhelmed with,
right.
where I'm at might not be where you're at yet. But if you keep at it, I promise you guys will get it. You guys will get there. Take heed on what people are telling you. Keep asking those questions. I love that question over in the maids network about when she was only going to charge 300 for a deep clean, top to bottom, deluxe, everything.
Or bedroom.
And ended up, we were all like, whoa, wait a minute. And she goes, I did it. And I just told her, she ended up charging 500. I said, hold on to that moment because now you can get it. And
Mhm.
that there are clients out there that will just, baby steps. Keep asking those questions. So if this month this is the month to use what you already have and tighten it up. Our business is a machine.
Mhm.
I think that you gotta go in there every now and again. Sometimes a
It needs to
belt snap and you need to fix it, or it needs, just like a car, it needs a tune-up.
Mhm.
It needs maintenance cleaning. It needs not a maintenance cleaning. I'm so used to saying a maintenance. It needs maintenance for a preventative to keep it functioning top notch and going. Same with the business. It is like that. If you think of it like a machine, and no, okay, if I don't want this to happen, I need to have this in place. Little small steps. Don't go trying to make huge, giant steps, because I'm telling you, you'll have to go back and start over at the start line until you get it right. Don't take huge leaps trying to, you know. I do feel like, though, sometimes this business is like you're trying to do a pull up and you never worked those muscles before. You got to train them. You got to train those muscles to do what you want to do that chin up. So tighten it up, whatever's loose. Stop carrying what you were never meant to hold. Mic drop.
I love it. We do
Yeah,
have one sponsorship spot that is open. If this is something, and we serve cleaning business owners. And if you want to reach this audience, please reach out to Jamie or myself. We're happy to walk you through the process. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review and share this with
likes.
another cleaning business owner who might need this information. As always, we love you and thanks for tuning in.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.